Alright folks, so this is going to be the tutorial for how to find the SP interval. So I've already pulled up the web page that we need, but I'm going to scroll up to our directions here. So I've already opened the web page. I've done steps 1, 2, and step 3. So I'm on step 4 right now. So the directions here say, use the image on the following page labeled seismogram guide to help you figure out the SP intervals for each of the 3 cities. For the SP interval, locate the first time that the line spikes and the next time the line spikes after it calms again. Subtract the 2 numbers. Hint, each blue line represents an interval of 2. Example, 50, 52, 54. Then record your SP interval in the box below each seismogram and on your table. Once we have all 3, click Convert. Alright, so I'm going to go back down because I know it said something about our seismogram guide. So I'm just going to zoom in on this real quick. Oh, there we go. So our SP interval. So the first time the line spikes, this is our P wave arrival time. And the second time the line spikes is the S wave arrival time. And what I mean by spikes is, so it's kind of flat at this middle line here, at the 0. And then it spikes up. And it goes zigzag, zigzag, and then it calms down again and gets pretty close to 0 for a while, and then spikes again. If you notice on the x-axis down here, we have the time in seconds. So on our key it says SP interval is 36 seconds. Well, how did they get that? So you need to take your P wave arrival time, which if we drag this down to our x-axis is 0. I'll give you a little hint. All of them are 0. And then when we see our S wave arrival times, the really big spike over here, we need to get pretty close. I like to zoom in when this works. There we go. And we need to find what line this spikes at. So this looks like it is telling me that it spikes right about here. So this is where the line first dips or jumps up. So I'm going to follow this blue line. You see this black line that jumps away from the 0? So we're going to follow this straight down to our x-axis. And this is the line that it ends on. Each of these blue lines represents 2. So if I go back, this is 30, 32, 34, 36. Right, 36 minus 0 is 36. So another hint, if your P wave arrival time is always 0, you really only need to focus on what your S wave arrival time is, and whatever number you get down here, that's your interval. So we're going to be working with that with our San Francisco data. Okay? So I already filled in the example here, but we'll still do it together. So going back to our graph here. Again, I already got to this page previously. Again, I like to zoom in so I can really see what I'm looking at. So over here is our P wave arrival time at 0, like I mentioned. Goes zigzag, zigzag, and it goes pretty straight across. And then it jumps again. So let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. It really, really jumps. It spikes. So where it starts to jump, we're going to follow this line straight down. And we get the number 50. So we're going to write 50 in there. Double check. I already put 50 in here, so we're good. Then our next box, this one looks a little different, but again, it spikes at 0. and it gets pretty close to 0 for a while here, and then it jumps. So we're going to zoom in where it jumps. So this is our S wave arrival time, right at this blue line. And I'm going to follow that all the way down. So if each blue line is worth 2, this would be 70, 72. I'm going to fill that in here. Also put that on my data table. And it looks like we have one more to do. Again, spikes at 0, zigzag, gets pretty calm, and then it spikes again, and it looks like it's on this blue line is where it starts. So I'm going to drag this down. Each blue line represents 2. This would be 60, 62, 64. So we put 64 in here. Again, put this on our table. And that is it. When we're done with this, we click Convert SP Interval. And then we'll be ready for the epicenter distance. Okay,